Well, it's not been the greatest December I've ever had, but here's hoping for a positive new year, eh? Morning, everybody. It is 10:49 on the 1st of January, so Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully this year will be a great new year for everyone, but I must confess, it's not been the great Christmas for me. It all started on the Thursday before the Christmas break. I'd gone to the shops with the wife, and my son rang me and said, "Dad, there's a car in your van." And he sent me this picture, which is not very clear, and I couldn't really work out what happened. Have a look at this picture. And what you're seeing there is actually the rear of one of the neighbour's cars planted into the side of my van. What had happened was the neighbour kind of almost opposite us, we live on a cul-de-sac and a hill. He got out of his car, gone into the house, but he hadn't put the handbrake on properly. He'd not left it in gear, and his car had rolled down and gone into the front near side of the van, which was parked up near the garages. Now, no one heard or seen it. All that happened was that my son came out of the house and saw this car in my car. He didn't know who that car belonged to, so he went immediately to our next door neighbour, Martin, who said, "Oh yeah, that belongs to Andrew across the road." And he came out, moved it, but I wasn't there, couldn't do anything until I got back. And when I got back, the damage that you're going to see on the photograph in a minute was a lot worse than it was, in so much as that the bumper had come away, was stove in and was sticking out, so it was quite dangerous. Obviously the wing was damaged, the under tray had come loose, and the wheel liner again had got damaged too. So there was nothing we could do. It was dark. I said to Andrew, "We'll have a look at it in the morning." So in the morning, in fairness to him, he come and knocked on, and what we did was we got the vehicle up on the jack. We managed to push out the damage to the bumper so that it wasn't stove in anymore. Reattached the wheel arch liner and removed the under tray. And then this picture here is what is left, how it looks now. So it's not ideal, but it can be driven, and there's absolutely nothing really that can be done with it until New Year, is there? So he's a nice lad, Andrew, and I felt a bit sorry for him, simply because his wife had scraped all down her car the previous month, and they'd already gone through their insurance for that, and he was a bit worried about the costs of his insurance. So I've given him an option. I've told him, look, if you can get that thing fixed, get another wing put on it in the same colour, another under tray, we've had a good look, doesn't appear to be any other damage, then I'm happy with that. I didn't want to go down the route of hiring vans and things like that. So he's going to ring round some body repair shops and see if he gets all the parts together in advance, a wing in colour, or if he can't get it in colour, he'll get it painted ahead of time. And then hopefully it can just be done in one hit in one day, and he'll pay him cash. It won't affect his no claims bonus. And it'll save him quite a bit of money, because obviously I'm not going to go through the route of going via the insurance and getting hire vans and things like that. So hopefully it'll work out for him. So we'll just see what happens. And the other thing is, I've been ill. I have been absolutely poorly sick. The day after, I started to feel rough. I didn't even see Christmas. I was in bed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I surfaced for a while on Boxing Day. I've been absolutely laid low by this lurgy that's coming round. Few people I know have had it. A few people I know who are drivers on the CX have had it too. James from James Hargreaves Freight, he's been laid low with it too. He's a bit ahead of me in terms of that. He got it the week before, but he's still not right, and I'm still not right. I still feel rough. I went out last night for the first time, which is New Year's Eve. I had 2 drinks. That's all I could manage because I was absolutely sick as a dog. My head's all over the place. So I've not worked at all over the break. I've not dipped my toes in or anything. I've not even thought about it. And I'm not entirely sure when I'm coming back, because when I'm driving, I've done locally, sometimes you feel a bit heady and a bit muggy. So I might have to give it a bit more time yet anyway before I go back to work. But we'll see. We'll see. Still got another day after this, haven't we? A bank holiday. But it's not all bad news. It's not all bad news. Santa did visit me while I was poorly. And look what he's got me. He's got me a new head unit for my van. And it's got Apple CarPlay on. And he was even thoughtful enough to leave me a VAT receipt in the name of Ambo Logistics as well for it. So I can claim the VAT back on it. Now, the reason why I got that is that when I was off with the hire van had Apple CarPlay, and I was really impressed with it. I thought it was really good, really useful bit of kit. And I investigated whether you can have it retrofitted on your own vehicle, and of course you can. So I bought that. I'm waiting for the fitting kit to arrive, which includes like a fascia thing, so it blends in on your dashboard and doesn't look stupid. And then when that arrives, the guy's going to come around my house and fit it for me. And he's also going to make sure that the steering wheel functions work too. So looking forward to that. I think it's a useful tool to have. It means you can still have your feed on your phone, but you can perhaps have Google Maps going on the central screen on your van. Because at the moment I'm using 2 phones. I'm using one phone as a kind of sat nav with Google Maps on, and then the other one, my normal phone, to look at the feed. So hopefully it eliminates that. It does other things as well, but primarily my main thing was I wanted Apple CarPlay. And now I've got it. Well, I will have it anyway, so that's good news, isn't it? So that's it. It was just a little update to see how we're doing. I am on the mend, by the way, but I still feel rough and I still feel groggy. The new year, when I get fit, properly fit, my intention is to carry on pretty much in the same vein. I'm going to try and look for a customer of my own, but not one that's going to keep me overly too busy. I am still quite happy working for good regular shippers on the CX or off the CX, people like James from Freddie Fletcher, who give you a fair price, treat you well. Because if you've not got your own customers, or a lot of your own customers, then it's less pressure for yourself, isn't it? I appreciate that if a shipper gives you work, that obviously they're going to get the full price, but they're the people who've done the work to get the job in the first place, aren't they? So when I do a job for James, for example, of course he gets more money than I do, but he's the one who's up at 10 o'clock at night answering calls about these jobs. He's the one who's having to sort out all the PODs and organise this and organise that. All I do is answer the phone to him and say, yeah, I'll do that job for you, and send him an invoice. So, yes, I like a fair price for it, but I accept that I'm not going to get the full price for it. And that's kind of where I am at the moment. If I do get some of my own customers, I have been, sending circulars out. I want one that will keep me steady, but not overly busy, if that's possible. I know beggars can't be choosers. And then we're going to take it from there. So that was it. Just a brief little message to say that's the way the year's been. It's not been a bad year. Well, 6 months. I've enjoyed it. I've earned reasonable money. And I'm looking forward to more of the same in 2023. And I hope you lot are too. I'll leave you with an image of the van as it's looking now. It's not too bad. And then hopefully it'll be back to its glorious silver machine, dream machine best in a week or 2. Everybody take care. Everybody, thank you for watching my channel and thank you for subscribing. I hope you continue to subscribe, and I hope that if you're not already subscribed, you do subscribe. And a thumbs up would be appreciated. Happy New Year, everybody, and I'll see you very soon.